got a question. Do you remember what your goals were last year? Did you achieve your goals? What did you come up short on? You might know the answer to those, but let me ask you this one. What were your goals 5 years ago? How about 10 years ago? How are they different from today? Welcome to the Final Expense Sales Academy, the hub for mastering the art of final expense life insurance sales. If you're looking to become a pro in the final expense industry, you're in the right place. My name is Kyle Williams, and I'm your host to go through the ins and outs of the final expense business, from tips to tricks to industry insights. We cover everything you need to close deals with confidence, provide true value to your clients, and become a better insurance agent. So hit that subscribe button. Let's get started on elevating your sales game one video at a time. In this episode, we are going to talk about why every person should have a goal book that they write their goals down in each year, so that way they can look back and reflect on the goals that they have written down in the past. So it is that time of year again where we're sitting down and we're writing goals and we're planning and thinking about the next year that is ahead of us. So I got a question. Do you remember what your goals were last year? Did you achieve your goals? What did you come up short on? You might know the answer to those, but let me ask you this one. What were your goals 5 years ago? How about 10 years ago? How are they different from today? Maybe what goals are you glad that you did not achieve looking back on your life? One of the best things that I did looking back at my life is I have one book where I write down my goals in every year. In this book, I have written down my goals every year since I graduated college. And at the end of the year, I go back and I put a narrative to each goal on whether I achieved that goal or not and how I achieved it, etc. I provide a narrative for each goal that I set out to achieve that year. This provides a great point of reflection to look back at your life and see how far you really have come. Sometimes it is easy to get caught up in where we are today, and it's hard to see where we were maybe 2 years ago, 5 years ago, 7 years ago, or even 10 years ago. Everybody talks about writing out goals, but I'm going to take this just a step further. Go out and buy you one book that you keep that is just your goal setting book. You write your goals in this. That is all that's in this book. And then at the end of the year, you go back and provide a narrative on the goals, whether you achieved them or not, and talk about why you achieved them or maybe why you did not achieve them. And what you'll notice is you'll notice a trend in your life. And it is refreshing to look back and see exactly just how far you come. I'll give you just a quick personal example. I remember looking back at my goals when I got into the insurance business, and the goal that I set out to write my first year I achieved, and then the second year I achieved. And every year that I wrote out a goal I achieved. Now, me writing that goal did not make me achieve it. Absolutely not. But what is interesting is we can look back at the goals that we set out to achieve. And to be honest with you, the goal that I set out to write my first and second and third year were kind of laughable about how much business I was trying to write. But I was proud of that. And now I look at it and it's like, that's a drop in the bucket. That's nothing. But it just shows your growth and how far you've come and how much you develop. So what goals should you put inside your book that you are going to start writing your goals in this year? So they should not just be business goals. Now, that is the easiest goals because they are also the most easily to be measured, and that's also usually what we're spending most of our time in our life in. Here are the 7 areas that your goals should be in regards to, and you can create subsections, but this is just kind of makes it to where you're encompassing every area of your life. So number 1 is your career. Number 2 is your finances. Number 3 is your spirituality. Number 4 is your fitness. Number 5 is your education. Number 6 is your family. And number 7 is your social life. Goals should not be just one-sided. They should not just be in one particular area. They should aim to live a full, fulfilled life. Set goals in each one of these categories. Be sure to follow the SMART acronym goal setting platform. So it is specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. So by writing out the goals, it will hold you accountable. By writing out the narrative at the end of the year, it reinforces that accountability. It also, as I mentioned before, provides a good context to look back and see at the growth that you've come throughout life and what all you have achieved. Maybe you can look back and forget about some things that you achieved. I'm sure you've heard it said that you will overestimate what you will achieve in a year, but underestimate what you will achieve in 5 years. This is 100% true. But you do not know unless you write down your goals and have something that you can look back at and provide some context to. So by starting this today and looking back and doing this over the next 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 years, you will be amazed in how far you actually come in life, and you will be appreciative of that, and it gets you fired up to want to go be better every day and every year. So get out there today, go buy a book, start writing out your goals for 2025, and let's set out and let's go have a record year. So if you have any questions about this, comment below. Be sure to share it with your friends, share it on social media, and be sure to subscribe so that way you catch our latest content. We're going to be doing all kinds of training throughout the year, and we will see you in the next episode.